Alrighty, here we go with Pandemic versus Maloriak. So this boss has several different phases that are color-coded. He will throw a vial into that cauldron in the back, and he will gain different abilities based on that. So there he just threw a red violin. You can see the water in the cauldron turns red. And this is a fire damage phase. What he'll do is he gains a frontal cone fire breath that splits damage between everybody in front of him. So everyone needs to stack up on the tank. The other ability he gets is it's a debuff that he puts on somebody. I have it as a sort of a fire icon on my grid. Whoever gets that needs to move out of the raid, otherwise they will take massive damage from that fire breath. So the reason I have him turned off to the side like this is because the ad tank, this is an ad fight, the ad tank will be tanking in the near the entrance of the room. So I just like to have him turned off to the side so that way he doesn't accidentally breathe on the ad tank and end up killing him somehow. So now we've entered the blue phase. This is an ice damage phase. The real mechanic here is to spread out. He's got two different abilities. One is a debuff he puts on a random target that does AoE frost damage to anybody nearby you. And the second is called Flash Freeze, and you can see somebody just got turned into an ice block. Now, those ice blocks function very similar to Syndragos's ice blocks in that if you are near somebody else, they will chain, which is really not good. They don't have very much health, so they can be one or two shot with instant casts. I don't think it only takes one or two ticks of Mind Flay even, it's pretty weak. So now we've entered the third phase. It is a green phase. When he throws that in and that big explosion happens, everyone gets thrown back, and it puts a debuff on all players and on himself and his ads that increases damage taken by 100%. It also wipes out all of the buffs that the ads have. So they have a buff aura that increases their damage dealt by 10% and it decreases the damage they receive by 10%, and it applies to all nearby allies. So when you have multiple ads up, it can get pretty nasty. So the real mechanic in this fight is actually going to be those ads. He has a cast called Release Aberrations that will spawn 3 ads if it is completed. It is interruptible though. 18 of those aberrations will spawn throughout the fight, but the trick is to control when they spawn. So we like to interrupt the first cast after he enters either a red or blue phase, whichever comes first, and then let the next 3 go. He will cast Release Aberrations twice per phase. So there we go, we've got 3 aberrations out and our ad tank's picking those up. If you get up to 9 aberrations, they will generally kill your ad tank. They start doing like 50k DPS all told. So that's why we like only letting 3 casts go through before each green phase. I should mention the green phase will always be every 3rd phase. Alright, so there you can see we've got a Ring of Frost going down. That's just sort of to help keep them off the ad tank. Deal with some extra damage there. We found that the best way of handling interrupts was actually just to assign people, because he will frequently do Release Aberrations very closely to his other cast, which is that Arcane Storm, and it's all the lightning going around, and that needs to be interrupted. However, if you interrupt that just willy-nilly, and he casts Release Aberrations right after that, it's possible that somebody with lag or maybe just slow reaction time will hit the release aberrations instead. So here we go into the final phase. When he hits 20%, he goes into a burn phase. He gets all giant, and he spawns two more ads that are really they're called prime subjects, and they're not going to be burned down because the boss just does so much. Well, he's just so close to being dead. So here you can see he does lines of fire. I got hit by that one. He throws me up in the air. Does 40k damage worth of fire damage, followed by another 40k of fall damage unless you charge or something like that. And it's pretty easy to watch for, just he holds up his hand and all that. The poison cloud you can't really avoid practically if you're melee, but it's very small range, so casters don't need to worry about it. This guy also has a very tight enrage timer. There you go, I'm dead. But it's okay, because he's going to die. Alrighty. Good job, everyone.